Ms. Frankel for 5 minutes.
Speaker. Oops. Let me get this. Wow, she's tall. Mr. Speaker, let me just first start and say this, that hatred and discrimination against any marginalized community is wrong, whether it be an ethnic minority, LGBT, a person with disability, women and girls. Today I want to focus on something that is very personal to me. My family was blessed. My grandfather came over to this country from Poland just before the rise of Hitler. And he saved his brothers and sisters, bringing them over. But too many people were not so blessed. So, Mr. Speaker, I rise today and start my comments by saying, never again. As I address the growing concern of anti-Semitism in my home state of Florida and across this country. And this rise in anti-Semitism is deeply concerning, particularly the lessons of the Holocaust, where we saw or lost 6 million Jews and millions of others who were murdered by the Nazis in one of the worst human atrocities in our history of the world. Precious lives who were tortured, gassed, shot, and treated less than human. And it is terrifying that we find ourselves today having to defend the fact that it even happened. So we say never again, to remind the world that we just didn't wake up one moment to gas chambers and genocide. It was a slow and deliberate effort dehumanizing Jews and others, fomenting fear and normalizing extremism and prejudice. Today, Holocaust denial and anti-Semitism is on the rise. The incidences of anti-Semitism reported, this is just reported, to the Anti-Defamation League has risen significantly by 34% in their last report. And that's over 2,700 incidences just in a year that are reported. Vandalism, harassment, assaults, Molotov cocktails thrown at synagogues, defacing Jewish cemeteries. I could go on and on. The point is, it is clear that anti-Semitism is real. And in my own hometown county of Palm Beach County, which is home to tens of thousands of Jews, just this month, or I should say in January, there were Nazi symbols projected on buildings. There were hundreds and hundreds of anti-Semitic flyers thrown into the yards of people. So, Mr. Speaker, I say, what should we do? What must we do? Combating anti-Semitism is everyone's responsibility. There's something for all of us to do to promote a more inclusive and respectful society. And so let me just give a to-do list. It's not necessarily inclusive, but some things that we should all take to heart. Believe it or not, a significant number of our young people don't have any understanding of the Holocaust. And so, of course, education and awareness about the Holocaust and the history of anti-Semitism and the harm it causes, that is something that's very important, education. And all of us must speak out and condemn anti-Semitism wherever and whenever it calls, whether it's using your voice, your Facebook page, your Twitter, writing letters to the editor. If you see something, you must say something. And we should be working with our great partners who, across different sectors and levels of government, to combat anti-Semitism and protect our Jewish communities. Partners like the ADL and the American Jewish Committee and many others. And we have to keep our house of worship safe. And not just synagogues, but churches and mosques. People must be free in this country to go to a house of worship and feel safe. We must support the laws and policies that protect people and communities from discrimination. That's all, as I said, discrimination, and that is improving hate crime reporting and prosecuting hate crimes. Building a bridge, Mr. Speaker, as I finish up, let me just refer to a magnificent hero in my community, Ben Ferencz, who the last living Nuremberg prosecutor, who tells us that creating a world of tolerance and compassion would be a long and arduous task. It is a task we must all take up in words and actions. And I yield back.